Good morning to all of you. Today we are going to study the different cells involved in the immune response or the immunity. You know what is actually immunity? Immunity is the ability of the body to recognize, neutralize or destroy the foreign bodies and eliminate that from the body is known as the immunity. So this immunity is because a different type of the cells. So what are the different type of cells involved in this immunity? So today we are going to study the different types of the cells involved in the immunity. So cells of immunity. There are two types of the cells involved in the immunity. One of the cell is called lymphocyte. And another one is the antigen presenting cells. Antigen presenting cells. These are the two types of the cells involved in the immunity. So let us first study about the lymphocyte. You know that lymphocyte is a blood cell. It is the part of the WBC. RBC, WBC and the platelets are the three different types of the cells present in the blood. And this is the one part of the WBC, white blood corpuscle cells. These lymphocytes are again classified into two types. So what are the two types of the lymphocyte? One of the lymphocyte is known as the T lymphocyte. T lymphocyte. And the second one is known as the B lymphocyte. B lymphocyte. Both the T lymphocyte and the B lymphocyte, when encounter to a microorganism or the foreign substance, foreign bodies, it undergoing the multiplication and producing thousands of the T lymphocyte and the B lymphocyte. Then why it is called a T lymphocyte and why it is called a B lymphocyte? You know, both the T lymphocyte and the B lymphocyte is actually produced from a particular cell. The name of the cell is the stem cell. The stem cell is actually present in the blood, bone marrow. It is present in the bone marrow. Bone marrow. Bone marrow. In the bone marrow, a totipotent cells present that is known as the stem cell. So when the stem cell divides during the production formation of the T lymphocyte and the B lymphocyte, first the stem cell will divide number of times, and those cells which are destined to become the T lymphocyte, it migrate through the blood, body fluid into the thymus gland. Okay, thymus gland present near the neck. So in the thymus gland, this T lymphocyte become mature. So it is known as a T lymphocyte. So T lymphocyte become mature. It become mature in the thymus gland. Thymus gland. So it is known as a T lymphocyte. And at the same time, during the multiplication of the stem cells, some of the cells are remaining in the bone marrow itself, and in the bone marrow, these cells become mature, and that is known as a B lymphocyte. So both the B lymphocyte and the T lymphocyte is produced from the stem cell present in the bone marrow, and those cells which are destined to become the T lymphocyte, it migrated to the thymus gland, and in the thymus gland that mature and forming the lymphocyte that is known as a T lymphocyte. And those cells which are remaining in the bone marrow, and there it mature, and that is known as the B lymphocyte. So both in B lymphocyte and T lymphocyte is produced from the bone marrow, from the stem cell, and each T lymphocyte and B lymphocyte, when come to encounter with a foreign body, virus or the bacteria, both will multiply number of times and their number will increase. Okay, and during this multiplication, some of the cells, T lymphocyte multiply number of times, and some of the cells performing a particular function, and some other cells will perform a particular function, and all the cells having only one aim to destroy the foreign bodies and eliminate the foreign bodies from the body. The B lymphocyte also doing the same thing. But the mechanism of the action of the activity of the T lymphocyte and the B lymphocyte is entirely different. So let us study what is the mechanism of the action of the activity of the T lymphocyte when the T lymphocyte come to encounter with a microorganism. So let us study the activity of the mechanism of the action of the T lymphocyte first, then the B lymphocyte. So T lymphocyte. So when the T lymphocyte, suppose this is the T lymphocyte, and this T lymphocyte come to encounter with a microorganism, that is a bacteria or virus or any other foreign bodies, this T lymphocyte multiplies a number of times. So it produces millions of the T lymphocyte cells. But all the T lymphocyte cells are near about similar in the morphology, but in the function they are different. All the cells are not similar in the function. All the cells are similar in the morphology. They look similar, but they perform the different functions. So according to the different functions performing these T lymphocyte are classified into different types. So what are the different types? One type is known as the helper T cells. Helper T cells. So what is actually helper T cell? This helper T cell, when encounter with a microorganism or foreign bodies, it is producing a chemical that is known as the lymphokines. Lymphokines. And these lymphokines perform the different function. So what are the functions of these lymphokines? These lymphokines either stimulate the T lymphocyte, and again it is helping or it stimulates to produce many helper T cells. So that is one function of the lymphokines. Another function of the lymphokines, it also stimulating the B lymphocyte. I told the B lymphocyte. The B lymphocyte is stimulated by the lymphokine, and the B lymphocyte also multiply, and B lymphocyte performing their function. So that is the activity of the helper. So it is called a helper because it is helping the T cells and also it is helping the B cells. So the T cells number will increase and B cells number also will increase with the help of the helper T cell. So it is known as the helper T cell. Another type of the T cell, that is called a killer T cell. Killer T cell. So what is a killer T cell? The killer T cell is a particular type of the T cells, and these killer cells are producing a particular chemical. The name of the chemical is the porrin, or it is called perforin. Perforin chemical. These perforin chemicals are actually producing the pores on the wall of the bacteria. Suppose this is the bacterium, and this perforin is attacking on the wall, directly attacking on the wall, and it is producing small openings. And through these openings, the content of the bacteria will moving outside, and that is the death of the bacteria. So actually, killer cells are directly attacking the microorganisms. It may be bacteria or it may be virus. Because it is producing the perforin producing the pores on the wall of the bacteria, and that is leading to the death of the bacteria or the microorganisms. So that is the activity of the killer T cells. At the same time, the killer T cells are producing a cytotoxic chemical, cytotoxin. It is producing cytotoxin also. This toxin is actually poison, and this poison directly killing the microorganisms. That is happening in the tetanus disease. Directly the cytotoxin producing, and this is cytotoxin directly killing the bacteria, the organism that are causing the disease. So it is known as a killer T cells. It is killing the cells. So it is called a killer T cells. And another type of the T lymphocyte formed, that is the third one. It is known as the memory cells, or it is called a phagocytic cells. Phagocytic cells. It's another type. Phagocytic. These phagocytic cells are phagocytic in nature, so it attack the microorganisms and engulf it, and then directly it will kill that microorganism. So that is the phagocytic type of killing, phagocytic method of the killing the microorganisms. And another one is the fourth one is the suppressor T cells. Suppressor T cells. The suppressor T cells, it actually dangerous to the human body, because the suppressor T cells are suppressing the immunity. The total immunity will suppress, and the cell eating the body cells. The body cells, for example, in the case of the cartilage, it eating the cartilage, and that is causing the arthritis. So actually, it is causing the autoimmune disease. So suppressor T cells, that is not good for health, but the suppressor T cells also producing, it is suppressing the immunity of the body. Total immunity is suppressing, so it is known as a suppressor T cells. Then another cell, that is the fifth one, that is known as the memory cells. It also producing the memory cells. Memory cells are the sensitized cells. the antigen or the microorganism sensitized cells, and this sensitized property is remaining for lifelong in the body fluid of the person. So it is known as a memory cells. So it can identify the microorganisms immediately in the second encounter or after many years if the same microorganisms attacking the body, and these memory cells go and immediately killing that microorganisms. So once the disease, for example measles or the smallpox, the disease cannot affect further because the presence of these memory cells. So these are the different types of the cells produced when the T lymphocyte encounter with a microorganism or the foreign substance. So listen here, the T lymphocyte when encounter with the microorganism or the foreign bodies, it produces a number of the cells, millions of the cells, and all the cells are similar in look, in morphology, but they perform in the different functions. According to the different functions, they are classified into helper T cells, killer T cells, phagocytic cells, and suppressor cells, and also the memory cells. So in this way, the T lymphocyte, that is a mechanism of action, activity of the T lymphocyte. Then let us study how the B lymphocyte is helping to protect the body. B lymphocyte. So B lymphocyte is the lymphocyte that mature in the bone marrow. Hence it is known as a B lymphocyte. So this B lymphocyte when encounter with a microorganism, suppose B lymphocyte. So we are studying the B lymphocyte. So this B lymphocyte, suppose this is the B lymphocyte, and when this lymphocyte is coming encounter with contact with microorganisms or any foreign substance or foreign particles, it is producing many cells, different, just like T cells, it also producing many different types of the millions of the cells it will produce, and all the cells are not identical, even in the morphology they are not identical. So, but these different cells can be classified into two types. That is, number one is called memory cells. Memory cells. Previously I told what is the memory cells. Some of them are memory cells, and some other cells are known as the plasma cells. Plasma cells. Here the plasma cell is very important. Memory cell helping to remember the microorganisms and helping to protect the body from further attack by this microorganism. Okay, so that will remaining in the body for a long time. And the plasma cells, this plasma cell producing a particular chemical, and this chemical is actually glycoprotein. It is producing the glycoprotein particles or glycoprotein chemical, and this glycoprotein chemical is known as the antibody. It is known as the antibody, and this antibody is actually helping to neutralize the toxin produced by the microorganism, or it may be directly killing the microorganism, or it is helping to destruct the microorganism and eliminate it from the body. And this glycoprotein or antibody are two types. Some of the antibody is freely present in the cytoplasm or in the body fluid. It is freely present in the body fluid, and some of the antibody it attaching on the surface of the cells. And those antibody it is a very freely present in the body fluid. This performing three functions. So what are the three functions? One of the function of the free antibody, which is a free antibody. These are the antibody, free antibody. One of the function is known as the agglutination. And another function performing this free antibody, that is the opsonization. And the third function performing, that is the neutralization. So what is the agglutination? Agglutination means this antibody helping to collect aggregate particles. So when particles are distributed in the body fluid, these particles are aggregating and forming a bunch of the particles. Suppose these are the particles. So these particles are aggregating and producing a bunch of the particles, a group of the particles are producing. So when this group is forming, these particles cannot do their function. Suppose this particle is a bacteria or the virus, and this bacteria and virus is completely aggregating or grouping, and this bacteria and virus become inactive. They cannot do any other functions, their activities, and these are agglutinated. So it is called agglutination. Coming together, and this agglutinate is then attacked by the macrophages present in this in the body fluid, and this macrophages will engulf this one and it will kill. So that is the agglutination process. It is performing only the antibody freely present in the body fluid, not that attached to the cell membrane. And another one is opsonization. What is opsonization? Opsonization means this lymphocyte. Suppose these are the this is the lymphocyte, and this bacteria or the foreign particles. It attracted. The opsonization means attracting. This antibody is coming and attaching on the surface of this this invading organism or this bacteria or the foreign bodies. All this antibody coming to attach on the surface of this microorganisms or the bacteria, and when it attaching on the surface, it become inactive, and then it giving the signal to the macrophage, and this macrophage coming and attacking this microorganism, and it will kill. So both are helping very nicely for protecting the body from the microorganism. Then another one is the neutralization. What is the neutralization? Suppose this is the bacteria, tetanus bacteria, and it is producing the toxin. This is the toxin. This toxin is very dangerous, that is causing the tetanus disease. TT is commonly known as the tetanus disease. So what is a neutralization? This antibody coming to attach on this toxin, and this toxin become neutralized. It become neutralized. So this toxin cannot cause any effect on the body of the person. Okay. So by three methods, this antibody is killing or it is helping to protect the body. That is agglutination mechanism, opsonization mechanism, and a neutralization mechanism. Then another one is the memory cells. So here the immunity provided by the lymphocyte is because the antibody, and this type of the immunity is known as the antibody mediated immunity. Antibody mediated immunity. Antibody mediated immunity. Mediated immunity, or it is otherwise known as the humoral immunity. Antibody mediated immunity, or it is known as a humoral immunity. Why it is called a humoral immunity? Humor means fluid. So this antibodies are present in the fluid. Along with the fluid, it will move forward, and at the place where the infection is or the invade microorganisms invaded. So fluid is giving the protection. So this antibody mediated immunity is also known as the humoral immunity. So it is also known as humoral immunity. Humoral immunity. So this immunity, antibody mediated immunity or humoral immunity, is provided by the B lymphocyte. B lymphocyte. At the same time, the T lymphocyte is producing. Suppose this is the T lymphocyte, and this T lymphocyte producing millions of the cells, and these cells are 4 or 5 different types. We already studied helper cells, killer cells, phagocytic cells, and memory cells, and suppressor cells, etc. So this T lymphocyte protecting the body by producing the different type of the cells. So this is known as the cell mediated immunity. Cell mediated immunity. Cell mediated immunity. So the immunity provided by B lymphocyte is known as the antibody mediated immunity, or it is called a humoral immunity, and the immunity provided by the T lymphocyte is known as a cell mediated immunity. So this is the lymphocyte. Then how one more cell is for the protection of the body or the immunity, that is called this one antigen presenting cells. So what are the antigen presenting cells? What is actually the antigen presenting cells? Let us see the number 2, second type of the cells, that is the antigen presenting cells. So this antigen presenting cells, so antigen presenting cells. Antigen presenting cells. This antigen presenting cells, number 1 is the macrophages. One of the cell is the macrophage. Macrophages. Macrophages are present at 2 places. One in the blood. The macrophage present in the blood, that is the monocyte. Monocyte is a type of the WBC, and it also present in the tissue, connective tissue, that is known as the mast cells. Histocyte. It is actually known as the histocyte. Histocyte. So that is the macrophage. Then another type of the antigen presenting cell is the B lymphocyte. B lymphocyte. Already we studied that the same B lymphocyte also working as an antigen presenting cells. Then another one, this is the number 1, this is the number 2, and the third one is the dendrite cells. Dendrite type of cells, that is called dendrite cells. Example for the dendrite cell is the Langerhans cells. Langerhans cells of skin. So these are the different types of the antigen presenting cells. Then why it is called antigen presenting cells? These cells, suppose this is the macrophage, this macrophage. And here is the bacteria or the foreign body, virus, etc. So all the bacteria and virus or the foreign bodies will be taken inside. So it will take inside. So now this antibody, this foreign body or the antigen is not present outside. So these microorganisms are taken inside. Then what will do, this cell separating the antigen. The antigen is separating the antigen from this microorganism, and this antigen is then presenting on the outer surface of these cells. These are the antigen. So main function of this antigen presenting cell, it take the microorganisms inside the cell, and then antigen will separate them, and this antigen will present or on the outer surface of the cell, macrophages, the same macrophages or B lymphocyte or dendrite cells. And then it is send a signal. And these signals are attracting the macrophages, another macrophages or B lymphocyte, and these macrophages eating this bacteria or this antigen presenting these cells completely. It will engulf and that will destroy. So that is the mechanism of action of the antigen presenting cells. Antigen presenting. Why it is called antigen presenting? Because the microorganisms are taken inside and the antigen will separate, and this antigen is presenting around that, and then it is sending the signal to the phagocytic cells. The phagocytic cell will come and it will attack and it will destroy that particular microorganisms. So that is the antigen presenting cells. So cells of immunity are two types, T lymphocyte and antigen presenting cells. T lymphocyte are again two types. Lymphocyte are two types, that is the T lymphocyte and B lymphocyte and antigen presenting cells. So that is all about the cells of the immunity. So next the third part, this is the third part, and fourth part we will study the structure of the antibody and the antigen antibody reaction, that is called serology. Okay, thank you very much.